Greetings and welcome to Causeless Joy Tarot. I am here today to do a general reading for the sign of Cancer for the month of October 2017. Today I'm using as a primary deck The Legacy of the Divine by Cyril Marchetti. And then as our oracle card, we will draw one card from Colette Baron Reed's Wisdom of the Divine Oracle. So let's go ahead and get started then with the reading for Cancer for the month of October 2017. Calling on my guides, helpers, spiritual teachers, all that loves and surrounds the sign of Cancer. Asking for perfect clarity, perfect vision, and perfect wisdom as we look at the energies coming in for the sign of Cancer for the month of October 2017. Giving thanks to all that is in advance for wisdom and clarity and vision. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. As we look at the energy for the sign of Cancer for the month of October 2017, what is the highest messages for the sign of Cancer for the month of October 2017? Cancer, October 2017. All right, Cancer, that feels pretty good for you there. Let's go ahead and cut the cards and take a look at the energies coming in for Cancer for this month. All right, Cancer. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Coins as your overall energy coming into the month of October. All right, so the Five of Coins is let's take a look at the Five of Coins. The card really does speak for itself. There's not much more to be said about the way this individual is looking, the fact that they have their hand out and that there's an empty cup in that hand. The one thing that I do want to point out in this particular card is that the light, the flowers that are over this individual, constantly shining down upon this individual, whether they know it or not. They are taken care of, they are supplied, their needs are being met in accordance with the will of God. So that is what I'm picking up coming into the month of October for the sign of Cancer. So let's go ahead now and take a look at the rest of your cards to see if they can give us a better indication of how this card plays into the rest of the energy that's out and available. All right, so at the very heart of the matter, the heart of the situation here in the month of October, we have the Six of Wands coming up in the reverse. All right. The Six of Wands is a victory card. The Six of Wands is a card that really speaks to a level of accomplishment and achievement. Now, when I see the six in the reverse, that tells me that either there's been some sort of disappointment around gain, around getting something, whether it be a job or a mate or money, whatever it may be that you're striving to attain, there's some issue with getting that. You know, whether or not that issue is long term, meaning that this thing that you're after is impossible, or that it's just a short term delay, that the timing is not right. For whatever reason, there is an indication here that something that you're striving to attain is the timing is either off with that thing right now, or it's not meant to be. One of the two. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's crossing that. And we do have the Justice card crossing that, which is fabulously interesting to me, because as I just stated, there's either a timing issue involved here with this thing that you're trying to attain, and what's crossing that is justice. So it's really drawing me back to the fact that the timing is off right now for what you're trying to do. In other words, if what you were attempting to do right now were to be accomplished, it would throw things out of balance in a way that the universe just won't allow that to be, right? I have no clue what specifically you could be working towards, but there is the attainment of that thing right now would create an imbalance in your life or the life of someone who would be impacted by this change. All right, so that's what I'm picking up there in your central focus. So let's go ahead and take a look now at what's over you, what's overlighting your energy. Now, I think this is really interesting, considering that and this is what's on your mind. So you have your money is on your mind. Getting to this new start, whatever this is, whatever this thing is here that you're trying to initiate, that's really forefront in your mind. Now, what I was going to say here is that it's interesting to me that you have the Five of Coins coming in as a very central energy. However, you have your money very, very as a central focus. It's coming up in your central line here. So this is something that that is very, very prominent in the way that you're thinking, right? So let's take a look at what we have coming up beneath you. So this is what's driving you. This Three of Swords here. This is a card that speaks of heartbreak. This is a card that you can see the person in this card, their eyes look like they're almost full of water, like they're about to start crying any moment, or that they've been crying already. So this heartbreak, could be related to this this victory that you were not able to attain, right? And that's really what I'm picking up here, is that, and this could also be in relation to an actual relationship. So there could be some sort of third party thing going on in terms of your love relationship, but I'm really feeling more that this heartbreak, this sense of heartbreak, is due to this not being able to attain what would have ultimately created an imbalance in your life. And that's really going to be Again, that's what's driving you. So that is something that you will really want to be mindful of in the month of October, Cancer. Because if you're driven by these hurt feelings, if these hurt feelings are driving the actions that you're taking in your life, then that probably is not the very best thing that you can do for your situation. So I'm really feeling to say that it's going to be important for cancers to really pay attention to how they're feeling, how events in life are causing them to feel. Because without that type of attention on how you're feeling, chances are that you're going to either make more decisions that are not healthy ones or not the best ones for you. They just won't be made from a place of being okay if you're not mindful of how you're feeling or how these events are causing you to feel. All right, so in the very recent past, we have the Page of Swords coming in. This page is really about how you're thinking, that and this is a youthful energy. So I'm picking up that there's some growth that's necessary perhaps for some of you in terms of how you're thinking. And this is in your past as well. I do want to point that out. So by the time you get to this reading, perhaps you've already began to allow your thinking to mature a little bit more to where you're able to really step into this Ace of Coins energy, which is what you're thinking. This is what's on your mind, is really being able to step out there and to grab your new beginning and to get the money or the coins or the financing that you need to reach your dreams. So this is also in relation, could very well impact what I was just saying about this Three of Swords energy, about being very mindful of how you're processing those events, how you're allowing those events. Both of these cards are Swords cards, and they both have some impact on how you're thinking. So again, feeling that that's something that cancers will need to be mindful of in the month of October. So coming now to your near future, we do have the King of Cups coming up in the reverse. Again, this is a very emotional king. He's very mature in his thinking, not only in his thinking, he's mature in his emotional responses, right? This King of Cups is coming up in the reverse, which is in line with what I've already said about being mindful of how you're allowing heartbreak or hurt feelings to manifest in your life. So this King of Cups coming up in the reverse here is really more of that, more of being very mindful of how things are impacting you, the cause and effect of what you're saying or what someone else is saying to you, how that's impacting the way you're responding, how that's triggering your emotions. All right, so that's again something to keep in mind as you move through the month of October. So let's go now and take a look at how you're seeing yourself. So Cancer, you're feeling pretty good about yourself here. We have the World, which is a major arcana coming in. The World is signifies it could also mean travel. So you could see yourself traveling in the very near future, or traveling either traveling far out or traveling more locally, perhaps, but you're really seeing yourself in a position of the world is a very positive, very profitable card, a very lucrative card. And as you can see here, this guy is standing on the hands of time, the sands of time. So he's really able to master the 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 events that are showing up, and not necessarily the events that are showing up in his life. He's able to master how he feels about those events. So that's going right back to what I was just saying about the King of Cups coming up in the reverse, as well as the Page of Swords in your recent past. Really, if you see yourself this way, then it really shouldn't be that big of a deal for you to be very open to being mindful of how things are triggering you. Triggering is a word that keeps coming into my mind for Cancer for this reason, for this reading. So just something to be mindful of there. Now, next up we have your environment. And in your environment, we do have the Three of Coins coming up in the reverse. So this really speaks to me of perhaps there are some issues on the work front. I'm drawn back now to the Victory card coming up in the reverse, as well as the Justice card, the imbalance that would have been created by this victory. Had this have gone your way, there would have been, imbalances. It would have created some imbalance in your environment. So when I see this Three of Coins coming up in the reverse in your environment, that tells me that this may very well be in relation to your job. This central focus here on this victory that didn't happen. So that's in your environment. So it very well may be that this is in relation to the work that you do. All right. Or it could be that you're not having that great of a time where you're working at. Either, you could be not getting along with coworkers, not getting along with your boss, not getting the raise that you felt you deserved. But something is going on in your environment that is in relation to the work that you're doing, and it's troubling. It could very well be causing this heartbreak. I was picking that up initially in this central row, that this not getting this victory is where some of you are experiencing this heartbreak. So if this is the case for you, and you are one of those people who's having a tough time in your workplace, know that we're always placed around people and events and circumstances that require our growth. Right? The people that are agitating you right now, if this applies to you, are actually your greatest allies. They are your biggest fans at the unconscious level. In other words, they're there to help you to build yourself up in a way to where you're not bothered or you're not triggered. Here's that word again. You're not triggered by what's happening outside of you. All right? There's a saying that I like to use, and that is that everyone is here to serve me. No matter whether or not they know that is not even really up for discussion. I am aware that everyone is here to serve me. And so therefore, I make every effort when I'm faced with situations or people who are trying my patience. I make every effort to see them as in some way here to serve me. Some way that individual is here to help me to be a better person. All right? So let's go ahead now and take a look at your hopes and fears. And in your hopes and fears, we do have the Judgment card coming up in the reverse. So there's this fear that you'll, be judging a situation too harshly. Again, I'm drawn back to this center line, back to this issue with perhaps for some of you as it relates to your job. So there's either been a great deal of judging that you've done as a result of feeling very heartbroken, right? I said earlier that this energy could drive the decisions that you're making in your life. And that's just not what you want to do. That's not really what you want to create, is more of this heartbreak energy. I'm certain that no one is looking to create more pain for themselves. Not intentionally anyway. But here we do have the potential is here that you're, you could potentially judge a situation or people harsher than what you would normally judge them. This could also mean that you're fearing the outcome of a legal situation. If you have a legal case pending of some sort, there could be a fear there that things won't work out in your favor. And what Spirit wants you to know about that is to simply trust that all is well. It goes back to what I was just saying about this, the imbalance that would have been created. So the universe knows perfectly well what will create balance and what will create imbalance. So if there is this fear of some sort of adverse action being taken against you in a legal matter, find your center. Find your center. One of my favorite movies is a movie by Will Smith and his son, The Afterworld, or The After Earth was the name of it. There are several parts in that movie that are my favorite parts, but one in particular, he would always tell his son to take a knee, to ground himself, to smell and to feel everything around himself, to really come into the present moment, is what I'm trying to say. So that may be helpful for you if you're finding yourself being very critical or judgmental of your situation. Take a knee. Take a knee, as Will Smith would say, take a knee. All right. So as your final outcome card here, we have the Two of Swords coming in. So as a final outcome, there's some decision that's in store or at hand for Cancers. And this decision, you don't have everything you need to be fully clear on this decision. All of the pieces have not come into place as of yet to allow you to comfortably make this decision. So again, I want to say that timing is everything, that you would be well served to trust the universe to bring you exactly what you need when you need it, and then again to see others as in service to you in some way. All right, so that does conclude the reading for the sign of Cancer for the month of October. We are now going to go ahead and close your reading out for this month with a guidance card. So calling on the angels, guides, teachers, and helpers, asking for one additional guidance card for the sign of Cancer for the month of October. Looking for one additional guidance card for the sign of Cancer for the month of October. Giving thanks in advance for perfect wisdom, perfect vision, and perfect clarity. As we look to close out the reading for Cancer, what is the highest additional message that we can provide for the sign of Cancer for the month of October? There we go. All right, Cancer. So you're closing out the month of October with the Fates. All right. This is a very karmic card. What this means is that exactly what I was just talking about in terms of the balance, the imbalance that would have been created had you have really succeeded at this victory, that you were really making a lot of concerted effort to accomplish. At the end of the day, we really don't know what's in our best interest. We have no idea at all how things we do impact the whole. There's no way we could know how our actions, the effect our actions have on the whole, or potential actions that we're looking to take. Here, you're dealing with fate. You're dealing with very karmic energy that's and so in that way you can begin to let go, hopefully, of some of this sense of heartbreak, this sense that you're being unfairly treated, or you're just not able to get what you really want to get out of life. You're dealing with fate and destiny in some area of your life. And I just think that's a perfect way to close out the reading for the sign of Cancer for the month of October. So I want to thank you for joining me here today. I do hope that you have a wonderfully blessed October, and I look forward to seeing you back here in the month of November. Namaste.